Welcome back. So for today's explainer, we're looking at something a little different. Our source material isn't an article, it's not a study, it's a medical form. But trust me, this isn't just any old checklist. This thing tells a fascinating story about a completely different way of seeing our health.
I mean, what if you went to a doctor and the intake form asked you about your dreams, or whether you prefer hot drinks over cold ones? That's the kind of territory we're getting into today. And right off the bat, you know we're looking at health through a totally different lens.
So what is this thing? Well, we're basically deconstructing a traditional Chinese medicine self-assessment form. We're going to get under the hood, pull apart its questions, and really try to understand the philosophy that makes it tick.
And the very first thing that jumps out at you is just the sheer scale of it. Get this form asks about over 180 different symptoms. 180! This is not your average clipboard checklist, no way. This is a deep dive, a comprehensive investigation into your entire system. The detail is just incredible.
And right there, that's a huge difference from what most of us are used to. See, most medical forms, they're designed to narrow things down, to zero in on your main complaint. This one, it does the exact opposite. Its goal is to build this complete, high-resolution picture of you as a person, where every tiny detail is a potential clue. And they're not hiding this philosophy either. It's written right there in the instructions. It says your answers are the primary basis for evaluation. Think about what that means. It puts your experience front and center. Every little box you check is treated as a crucial piece of the puzzle.
So what's the big idea behind all this? Well, it's a concept called holistic health. It's this fundamental idea that everything, and I mean everything, is connected. Your mind, your body, your emotions, they're not in separate departments. A symptom that pops up over here might actually be because of an imbalance way over there.
Okay, so you might be thinking, 180 symptoms, that sounds like a mess. But it's not random at all. This huge list is actually a carefully designed tool. The whole point is to sift through all of that information, all that noise, to find the hidden patterns that tell the real story of what's going on.
All right, let's look at a few examples so you can really see how this works. We'll start with how the form groups clues together around what we can call the body's emotional climate, which, in this system, is a major health indicator.
So check out some of these questions. You've got the ones you might expect, like depressed mood or irritability. But then it gets way more nuanced, with things like vexation, that's a kind of mental unrest, or being easily frightened, or even a tendency to repeat oneself. See, in this system, these aren't just feelings. They are treated as hard data, just as important as your blood pressure. Okay, next up, the body's temperature. And again, we're going way beyond just, sticking a thermometer in your mouth. This is all about trying to understand the balance of hot and cold inside your body. I mean, just look at the level of detail here. It's incredible. It's asking about alternating chills and fevers, about having cold feet but maybe hot soles. Who thinks to ask that? It even asks about your drink preference. Do you find yourself craving cold water or hot water? To this way of thinking, it's all part of the same puzzle, all clues to your body's internal thermostat. And of course, we have to talk about digestion. In a lot of traditional health systems, the gut is basically mission control, right? So this form listens really closely to what we could call digestion's dialogue. Wow, the specificity here is just off the charts. It's not just, hey, does your stomach hurt? It's asking about a bitter taste in your mouth, splashing sounds, even the specific consistency of your stool. Each and every one of these is seen as a distinct message that your body is trying to send. All right, so the form has collected all this data, all these clues from your mood, your feet, your gut. What happens now? Well, now comes the really cool part, connecting the dots. This is where you take all those seemingly random points and see the larger system at play, the pattern that points to the root cause.
So check this out. Let's take a real example from the form. On one hand, you've got symptom number 106, irritability. On the other hand, you have number 36, a bitter taste in the mouth. Now, in the conventional world, these two things have absolutely zero to do with each other. One's a mood, one's a taste. End of story. But not here.
Because in this way of thinking, irritability isn't just a mood, and that bitter taste isn't just a random thing happening in your mouth. They are seen as connected signals, two pieces of the exact same puzzle. And when you put them together, they start to tell a much bigger story. That's the core of it. But wait, there's more. This form isn't just about taking a single snapshot of your health. It's also designed to be a movie, to track you over time. And this reveals a really powerful idea. Health isn't a finish line you cross, it's a moving target. and you can see this baked right into the form's DNA. Instruction number 5 flat out tells you that conditions change and that the plan has to be adjusted. It's all about this idea that your health is a process, a continuous conversation with your body, not some one-time fix.
And for those follow-up visits, it has this really slick, simple system of symbols. A check mark means a symptom hasn't changed, an X means it's gone, minus means it's better, plus means it's worse, and plus check is for something new. It's like a shorthand, a simple visual language for your health journey.
And what this all adds up to is a huge shift in perspective, right? The goal isn't just to label something as fixed or broken. It's about this constant, subtle dance of observation and adjustment, always trying to help the body find its own natural balance.
So when you boil it all down, this form is so much more than a diagnostic tool. It's a guide to listening, to paying attention to all those quiet, subtle signals your body sends out every single day. And that really just